Hey DC Collectors, welcome back to a brand new episode. Today we're taking a look at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse Suicide Squad Harley Quinn action figure. Now before we get into this review, as always, hit that like and subscribe button. I sure would appreciate it. Now, let's break down this figure. So like always, we're going to take a look at the packaging. As you can see, you get a nice window look at the actual action figure, which is Harley Quinn, the spear here, and of course you get a collecting-to-build piece for King Shark, and this is his lower half. Back of the box features a nice look at Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn as she appeared in the Suicide Squad, along with all the bigger Build-A-Figure pieces that you need, and he makes this King Shark, and you can see the other three figures needed to complete King Shark: Polka Dot Man, Bloodsport, and Peacemaker. Left side of the box, right side of the box, top, bottom. Now that we have that out of the way, let's break her out of the package and review her. Here is Harley Quinn out of the package, and as always, the first thing we're going to do is take a look at the accessories. Up first is a pretty cool trading card featuring promotional photography of Margot Robbie as Harley Quinn from the Suicide Squad. Back of the card just gives you a little bio about the character from the film. She comes with a cool DC Multiverse base like all of these action figures come with. DC logo in the front, peg right here. She comes with this javelin, which if you haven't watched the movie, then I'm not going to spoil it for you how she gets this, but this does belong to another character, and that's all I will say. But pretty cool spear, you know, I guess. It's made out of some pretty flimsy plastic, so don't expect too much from this. And of course, here is the lower half of King Shark. Got some pretty good mobility, but we will fully review this guy at a later date once we get the other pieces and parts to build King Shark. Now let's take a look at the Harley Quinn action figure. Up close you can see, I don't know if this really captures Margot Robbie. I can see where they were going. Again, I think this is a case of the sculptor probably did a very good job at capturing her likeness, but the paint on this thing just sort of took it to a different level and didn't do the sculpt justice. I don't know what's up with that. I can see Margot Robbie in there, and this is by no means the worst sculpt of a live action character from McFarlane Toys. I just don't think it's spot on. It's not it's not perfect, or it's not A or B plus quality. But you can see a pretty nice sculpt altogether. Some pretty cool attention to detail as far as the tattoos go on her leg, on her arm, there on the shoulder, here on her back. Property of No One. I thought this was supposed to say No One. They left the E. Alright, leave a comment below if this thing is supposed to say No One, because I thought, if I remember correctly, it said No One in the movie. You can see she does have Daddy's Little Monster tattoo right there on her chest. No other tattoos on the body, but that's it as far as the detail of like tattoos and paint job. There's not much to it. This is molded black plastic. This is like skin color plastic. Same here. This is red color plastic. I mean, there's not much paint on this thing other than these ribbons around her arm are probably painted red. And then I don't even know, her hair is probably painted the different colors, and the face, but there's nothing else really going on here. It looks like you could probably take this thing apart. Okay, so this thing is probably glued together. I'm seeing a seam line here where and if you pull back on the curtain a little bit, you can tell that this attaches to it and it's probably glued down in some form or fashion. So if you really wanted to break this open to do some customization, you could probably get that. And you can see it's a double layer skirt here, so it does fold over onto the top. You can, oh look, you can see it even better here as I'm moving it back. just for you customizers out here. All right, so let's take a look at the articulation on this girl. Her head can go all the way around, and it can go to the side over here and the side there. Turn it to the side, and she can look up really good and look down really good. So she's got really good movement at the head. She does have butterfly shoulders, as you can see here. So they go back and forth a little bit all the way around. Can go up that high. She has, oh, they can turn all the way around that shoulder. She has bicep swivel. You can see there. Surprisingly, this figure does have double jointed elbows. I was surprised to see that the female figure had the double jointed elbows. Usually they don't, if I'm recalling correctly, usually they don't do that. I'll have to go back and just verify that. She does have this horrible wrist joint that I really, again, you know, if you've seen any of my McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse reviews, you know that I hate this joint and I hate this joint. They just look funny, awkward. It really takes away from the look of the figure itself. Now, as far as, you know, articulation at the legs, she can only stretch this far because of the shape of her skirt. She can turn about that much too. Something else that's really awkward, it seems like this leg sticks out. You know, I don't know if you can tell, but look at that. Look at the way that leg is shaped. It seems like it's pushing out this way, which is really weird. I mean, I can feel it right here. It doesn't go like symmetrically with the rest of the body because it pushes out towards the front. I don't understand what's going on. Pushes out even further. Like if you can look up the skirt, it pushes out even further than the other side. And it could be that I just have to turn something like up in here, but I can't really seem to turn anything. So it really makes it awkward for her to stand. I still haven't got her to stand properly without just kind of leaning her in this position here where she's leaning forward. So she has double jointed knees. And does she turn at the boot? No, she doesn't turn at the boot, but she does turn at the ankle. And she has, like I said, the horrible ball joint ankle that just looks jacked up. She does have toe articulation. I mean, this is definitely one of those figures where you're looking at it, and you're saying, that's very ugly. That ball joint is horrible. I don't know why they keep sticking with that. It takes away from the figure so much when you have that joint and that joint. It's fine, like I said, when you have a boot that comes all the way down and falls over the foot so that it covers it. Same thing with gauntlets on the arm. When it's covered, it looks fine. Do something different here. Come up with a new thing. You know, for like 2022, McFarlane, please make it a point to like redesign your wrist and ankle articulation. I don't get why they keep going for that. All in all, a decent figure. This is a decent addition to the DC Multiverse action figure line from McFarlane Toys. You know, I mean, it's not by far not my favorite of 2021. I don't even think I would put it in the top 10 at the moment, really. I mean, you know, it looks like the character from the movie. The articulation at the ankles and the wrists really take it away from me. And I think she's missing an E on this tattoo on the backs. Please, somebody tell me. That's really bugging me. Otherwise, I mean, it looks good. You definitely want to get it for this, especially if you're not getting the mega figure from I think it was a Walmart exclusive. I'm not sure. So you definitely need to get it for the Build-A-Figure, and I wanted it to complete the Suicide Squad set that they've already released. I'm hoping they release more than just the 4 figures that they have, but you know, who knows? I'm not holding my breath for them to do it, especially with the lackluster box office from that movie. You know, I know Warner Brothers said it did like super download stuff from HBO Max, but I'm just not. I'm not overly hyped about getting other figures because of the box office success. So that is it for this figure. If you like what I'm doing, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, share the content, sure would appreciate it. You can find me on DCCollectors.com each and every day, as well as on social media at Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, LinkedIn at DCCollectors. All right, folks, that's it. God bless.